This is King Brother Reverend Dr. Calvin Elliott Peterson here, and we are reporting live on this Tuesday at his home. We are normally, where's the camera, Lord? Anyway, we are normally at the office of Disabled in Action, and for the show, The Voice of the Voices, and we just did that. We just did that on Sunday, and after the show, it seemed the right thing to do was just to start a little selfie video to talk to Reverend Calvin Peterson behind the scenes, who is the man. And we was talking and everything was all good. And then when I got home, long story short, my phone been tripping and it erased the video. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that meant something. I thought that was magic. And and so it's gone, so let it go. So, he said, you want to do it again? I'm like, you had to be in a moment. He was like, no, I can do this. I can do this anytime. So when we did it on Sunday, we were at the office, and that represented your legacy. We'll talk about it. But here, he said, come out here to the house. Well, he texts all this, right? And be texting like a mug fast, too. I'm like, I ain't even got a chance to read the last one. He texting. It's another story. But, so anyway, he's texting and saying, come on over here. And I'm like, I don't want to go out here to your house. You already know that. It's out here past already. I got to go past. I ain't trying to do that. I'm good, though. And so he did that. And so it's like, okay, so I am here. And now, I got to see the reason why I am here, because you know how they say you don't really know a person unless you live with them? Well, I ain't live with them, but I see who live with him. This is the house of love, okay? Miss Cindy, who he was giving tribute to on Sunday, it just so happened you said that she is the
best caregiver in the whole wide world.
Yes, you see the...
Now, if you stay with a person, 9 times out of 10, you and that person is going to have some type of disagreement.
Yeah, you sure enough going to have a disagreement if you stay with them.
But for 12 years, no, not 12 years, going on 12 years, she and I have never had a disagreement, never argument, nothing.
Well, I'm feeling some kind of way about if I'm a good person or not, but I mean, I thought I saw wings. Who does that? Because I know you're an Aries. What is Miss?
She's a Cancer.
Her heart is love, and it's just, represents maternity.
And this is deep because in Jerry, you remember in Jerry?
Yes, I remember in Jerry.
No, she was a Cancer too. And as soon as she passed, Cindy came into my life. So now, is that deep or is that deep?
That is deep. That is deep, Reverend Calvin. That's what you normally say about things, because you be seeing the layers below the layers below the layers, and I just be catching up like, okay. It's like I sent it to you in a text. I said this morning it's gonna happen just like that. I was like, you did? And then you like, look at the text, and I'm looking at the text, and I'm like, Reverend Calvin, thinking he's mistaken. You must have sent this yesterday. It's like, no, I know exactly when I sent it. That's really what he's trying to say. Look again. I'm like, okay, but you already told me what it was, so why do I like need to see it? You know, you're like, look at it, and I'm only doing your voice because I'm only doing your voice because you started this. Is this so wrong? You started this thing about joking about you, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. No. And he's like, I want to do a show.
Called Cripple Pete.
No, we got Peter, we got everything. You can't do that. It's at least no, this has nothing to do with me. Let me make this disclaimer. This is on tape. I am the one holding up the bloodstained banner, as Lori Edmond used to say, I think. You know, standing for the right thing. I am not for this. You're gonna have to answer to you about this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You gonna have to answer to yourself, and the good Lord, in case you lost it. You cannot do this, Reverend Calvin. I can't even say what. No, we not ready for that. Maybe this is for the future. But anyway, the point was about how you had sent this text this morning that I must have missed or didn't get to read, whatever. He's like, go back and check this. Then I'm like, I think Reverend Calvin getting a little older. It's not there. And then I see it. And you had said this morning, did I have these little glasses? Ugh. You had said this morning, and we got so many tabs open in this conversation. Let's say I do, because I still got to clear up about me messing up your name or whatever, or me, whatever it was just wrong. I still got to clear that part up. Okay, so going back to the text. Ooh. Okay. Okay, anyway, it's all good, in the hood. God is in charge and all is well. And that was your point. So you had me look at this text. I said, okay, no, you said, did you find the DVD? No, this is what you said. Okay, it's coming effortlessly. Okay, exclamation point. It's coming, exclamation point. Effortlessly, exclamation point. Watch, exclamation point. The Creator has a master plan for you and family. And if I hit this, it'll show 9:29 a.m. So, So one of the tabs I had open was talking about how I came over here and how, even though I was like, why can't we just do an office like we said, even though this wasn't playing, but I came here and I got to see that I need, on the never know person till you live with them thing, I needed to see this because, you are here. I said, you are the king of the village. It's like I asked Cindy, and then she had a lot of grandchildren, but I didn't know how many. I was like, how many grandchildren do you have? And she said 18. And that's why I keep missing faces, and all of that, because they all beautiful, and they keep growing. And so it's like, feels like I'm starting over, getting to know this new person. Except that Jeremiah, his face has stayed the same. It's a piercing face, beautiful face. So anyway, we needed to see, all the love, and so they lovingly call you Kojo. And why is that?
That's one of my African names. Kojo means born on Tuesday.
Born on Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. You know, because I recently realized that the day that I was born, Wednesday, is like, you know, like it's a born day every week, every Wednesday. I just realized that. And so you were born, this is your born day. You were born on this time of day in Atlanta, Georgia. We out here in these streets in Lithonia, but still on this day of the week. Around, you know, whatever time, this time, who knows. You know what time you were born?
5:30 in the morning.
Oh, I thought you were going to say evening. I'm like, perfect. But anyway, 5:30 in the morning. That's why you be up so early texting folks and you be like, I'm going to wait till I think she should be up by now seeing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I admit, I do be awake. But I'm like, I ain't even going to let him think that I don't normally be awake this early because then he going to be thinking, oh, she up. Why ain't she answered me yet?
But you know what? I can feel your energy.
What does that mean? I know what it means, but
I can feel if you are asleep, or I can feel if you're not asleep.
who are you?
I can feel if you are hurting. I can feel if you are happy. I can feel if you are content. Now, the question is, who are you? That's the question.
Tell them about how we end up matching all the time.
I don't know. You had to tell me. But you know, at least home going, I woke up that morning and I said, I'm going to have on my blue outfit.
Your blue outfit.
But
Because
then,
you be sharp. He be sharp. You know, as my mother said, as the board of health, he be sharp.
but then I said, no, I'm going to have on all white. And I got to home going.
Wait, hold on, because I want to do this too. Hold on. This is something. We're not. No, just kidding. Okay, now I got to turn this around. Yeah, put the spectacles on. Oh, it was up here. I'm glad I didn't do that. I don't know what I was doing. So, wow, so we got all these. So, I'm just going to say again, I'm here with Reverend Calvin Peterson, and this is after the show. The show was actually on Sunday, and I had recorded an impromptu selfie video that just seemed to be in the spirit to do, and then my phone's been acting really crazy. So, and it erased it. So, you asked me to do it again. I was like, okay. And so I came over. I thought we were going to do it at the office like we did originally.
I didn't ask you to do it again. I asked you if you want to.
This man right here, you have no idea, okay? That's another tab on another file, but try to remind me of that one. But anyway, okay, so you asked me to do the video again, so I said I would come to the office, and then you text me and say it's going to be at the house. And I'm like, okay, but we need to be at the office because the office represents your legacy. You said this on Sunday, that this is for the community. And that needed to be preserved, so everybody know you got a responsibility to maintain disabled in action. Then you text me and you say to come to the house, and I'm like, not only is it, I have to go past Arabia, why? So, at any rate, I get here, and then like I, just recapping, I realized that, how they say you never really know a person till you live with them. And I see that, also who they live with, who lives with them. And I see that he's surrounded. I've seen these children over the years. They've grown, surrounded by all these children. I mean, they just run up to, they're all over him. They're just, it's just, you have to see this. They're playing games on the phone that, that's on his neck. It's just, and I said, you are the village king. And, he had talked about Cindy on Sunday, that tape that, got erased. And you said that she was the best caretaker in the world, that in the how many years has she been taking care of you?
11 years.
In the 11 years that she's taking care of him, that you all have never gotten into an argument.
Never.
And I said, well, I don't think it's because of you being an Aries. I don't think this might be. Now, you cool and you represent, the Lord really good. But I'm like, and you said she's a Cancer. Mm-hmm. Cancer's the heart being about maternal love and nurturing and all of that, Mm-hmm. And you, beside all that, astrology and no astrology, you see the light of God on Miss Cindy. Mm-hmm. And she has, I asked her this evening, how many grandchildren you have? And it was a lot. She said 18. 18 grandchildren. And they know Reverend Peterson as Kojo. And I said, Kojo, why did they call you Kojo? And you said, because you said, no.
That's my African name. At least that's one of my African names. And Kojo means born on Tuesday.
And I said, today is Tuesday. And so today is your born day. Mm-hmm. I realized we have a born day every week. So this is your day, Mm-hmm. And so, but anyway, I saw the purpose behind us being here at your home. Mm-hmm. With the Queen Mother, Cindy, and all of these village children. And mm-hmm. they are beautiful, powerful. And he gives so much to them. And they receive so much from him. So, okay, so when we were, setting this up, because I'm, sitting on these pillows and everything, which is cool, and it's like, how are we going to do this? And I said, Reverend Calvin, can you roll up a little bit so that when I turn to talk to you, I'm going to have to be, whatever, that we can see you. And so I'm waiting on him to roll up, because normally he just pushed the finger, and he, and so I'm just waiting, like, roll up, brother, and you say, I'm like, Reverend Calvin, what you waiting on? He said, for you to push me. I'm like, push you? You got all these accoutrements? And I'm saying that because this is Reverend Calvin wanting to have a show. He wanted to have a comedy show with me and him. And I'm like, you're not going to get me caught trapped up with the Peter people for the differently able. You're not doing that to me. So, but he wants to do this comedy show. So it's really him. It's not me. And so anyway, so I said, he said, well, push me. And I'm like, and I looked back and I saw that he's in, and this is like anticlimactic, but the point is that, he's in a regular wheelchair. Normally he rolling up in the Rolls Royce, it's 300 pounds, but here, so anyway, that was just a little, I thought that was funny. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what do we really want to talk about? One of the things was when I said that you said I need to come out here to the house, and you said if you want to. And that's a little inside joke, if you want to. Because
Sister Kim, in my 73 years of interacting with the opposite sex.
Well, okay, play. No, just kidding.
I have never thought that it was appropriate to tell the opposite what to do, how to do, and the time to do it in. I've always thought that it would be more appropriate to give the opposite sex and to give anybody an open door to come in if they choose to. So that's the reason why I always say to you, if you want to.
It's your choice, and what it really means to me, because we all have a choice in life. It's like, okay, it's the veiled, really high level way of saying, if you choose to step up to your higher self and do what thus said the Lord and what I know you are capable of doing, then you would want to.
Exactly.
See, I knew it, right? So it's like, how can you say no? I mean, yeah, exactly. You don't sleep on folks. Don't sleep on folks. So yeah, I would just say how we got connected really quick. It was 19 and 29. No, it was
2012, I think.
Okay, 2012. Okay, yeah. 2012 through Mildred Obie and Reverend.
No. I called. Yeah. No. I called one of your good friends, and it was the most awkward calls that I have ever made in my life. But
Are you gonna call out somebody? We lied.
But I sent him a text, and I asked him to text me your number.
All right, don't underestimate King Brother. I remember that. I remember.
And he did.
Reverend Calvin.
And it has been on ever since.
Reverend Calvin. Okay, I see you. Okay. Hey, by any means necessary for a higher cause if you want to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a higher cause. And then I would see you at the yeah, what they call, they sit in on you, they take over, the takeovers.
Yeah.
The Occupy people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I really got to know you more so through Mildred Obie after that, you know. And so then after that, you sent me a text, and you text and said, "Get up off of that," and I gotta say it like that. Get up off of that suffer. And I'm like, James Brown? But no. It's ironic because James Brown gave him his first electronic wheelchair once Aries rammed his way into James Brown's backstage. Right? And you know, he touched James Brown's heart and traveled with James Brown, and James Brown gave you your first electric wheelchair, and you've been rolling up on people ever since. Yep. And you would dance at James Brown in your chair at his
shows.
Yeah. So wow. So you sent me that text and you were saying get up off of that. That's why I said get up off of that. Get up off of that suffer. And so anyway, you was like, huh? And you were like inviting me to come down to People TV for something. You didn't exactly tell me that I would end up being your co-host for the next 19 years. You didn't tell me that. You just said, come down here. They having some gluten-free muffins or something. Like they having some herbal. No, he said something. I get down there and come to find out he want me to co-host his show. Excuse me. This is a lot. So anyway, and the rest is history. And so I asked him, I said, well, why did you get up with that suffer? And he said, I meant sofa. And I'm like, it really is some suffering going on too. Yeah, and so, it let me know that, in the midst of the suffering, I was just pushed to get up off of that thing and do something so I feel better. And that was, one of the things you would tell me after that, which is when something is going on or you feel bad or you feel in need, that you need to give. That's the time you're supposed to give.
Yep.
What do you have to give? So I just want to thank you again. If I haven't, I think I have, but thank you for pushing me to, you say push you now, huh? Push you up. I didn't ever get up to do it. But for pushing me to get up off of that suffer and that sofa. I was actually in my van, probably at the time when I saw the message. And, so he wrote, anybody knows Reverend Calvin knows that he is focused. He's a visionary, and he will text the heck out of you. And so when with all due respect, and so when I first came to his home, and I'm like, I've been wanting to ask you, Reverend Calvin, how do you text? And he said, with my finger. And I'm like, how? And he did like this. And so one letter at a time with one finger, he be trying to keep up with the speed of his brain, which is lightning speed. Yep. So he's texting.
How do you know that?
Well, I know some things. Okay?
I see.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm trying to get these Negroes to get up and do their thing. Get up. Get on up. Get up. Yeah. So, he's like, with my finger. And, I remember you told me that once they invented texting, that was the best thing, as they say, since sliced bread.
Yep, that's right.
Because you were able to what?
Communicate. More consistently.
Because before then, what was it like?
It was difficult because I had surgery on my head at the age of 13.
Oh, I didn't know that. I think I did, but I didn't know it was at 13.
And that had a great impact on my speech.
On your speech?
And so I got tired of talking to people on the phone asking me, could you say that again?
It's not funny.
Could you say it again? I didn't quite hear you. Say it again, please. Could you say it again?
Not only the nerve, the inattentiveness, just the, what is the word? You're not paying attention? The insensitivity, to not realize the effort that it takes. Okay.
Exactly. But see, that is a critical issue for us as a people because everybody is in a her to go nowhere.
Whoa. Everybody guilty. I know that's why you be like this woman gonna get it one day when she slow down.
And Sister Kim, they don't understand that they are outrunning the God that's in them.
They are outrunning the God that's in them.
Exactly.
Well, that makes me wonder, Reverend Calvin. I believe you, but considering that you're an Aries, and Aries think fast, you know, and so you have a million thoughts a second, you know, so you have all these things you want to do. And I'm saying this with the utmost sensitivity, you know, but knowing that you have said that you feel that you were born, that, you know, because I'm like, how do you feel being born in the fact that this has been your physical condition? You know, I have to call you back, sorry. That this has been your physical condition. Like, how do you feel? And what do you say, Reverend Calvin, about how you feel having been born in this condition?
I feel extremely blessed because people have told me that I have done more in this chair than every person that's standing up.
I'm sorry, the call's coming. I'm sorry, I can't answer. That you've done more in this chair than people have done standing up.
That's the thing that people tell me.
Yeah, say, hey, I didn't say it. You like, I didn't say it, but that's what I've been told.
Yeah.
And and you have to share with us what's been said. You know, we need to know that because it is true. You know, and honestly, you know, that's what pushes me to push myself. As you said, push me. That's what causes me to forward James. I've been pushing you. Get up, get on up. Get up, get on up. I'm trying to get you on the scene. Get on up. You say you a dancing machine. Get on up.
Yeah.
Get up.
Yeah.
Okay, so the jokes part are because it was Reverend Captain. I know it'd be looking like on the joking part that he about to hit me in the head. And I'm saying it because he's the one that wanted to have a show, a comedy show. And I'm like, nah, you ain't having the folks coming after me, but you keep with the, you know, fine line between politically correct and not going on with your jokes.
Listen, please, Sister Kim, you have been told, I have been told that you and I should do a show together called Kim and Calvin Show, but I'm saying called Kim and Purple Pete Show.
I have nothing to do with what he just said. And like I said, you gonna have you coming after you about that. I would never say that. What? Come on. That's worse than saying Oriental. Okay, you don't do that. So shame on you for shaming you. That's wrong. Okay, but I'm for it. Has a ring to it, the Kim and Calvin show. That does have a ring to it. I guess this is the inauguration of it on your born day. Why not? We here.
Yep.
We here. This is the Kim and Calvin, and Calvin show. But the rest of your deserving titles are, well, you know, you call me Queen Sister, I call you King Brother, and you already a Reverend, and you can tell us why about that. And I know you got another formal African name and title a couple years ago.
Yes.
And then Sunday, I just kept misspeaking, it seemed like, and calling you Dr. Calvin. I'm like, well, I keep saying I never done that. And then I realized after the show is the fact that you are the doctor because we say so. And I asked you about, you said that actually I was already a doctor. Thank you. Like, how did I miss that? I must have been rushing through life. One of them things like she'll figure it out. They've been saying it all along. You know? So you said, I'm actually already a doctor. Like, okay. That's why I just kept saying it because I must have known that on some level. So anyway, he says that I'm already the doctor, and he tells me that it's, I think, Dr. Haney.
No, Dr. Carolyn McCrary.
Yeah.
From
ITC. Okay, Dr. Carolyn McCrary, ITC. What do they call it? The right way to say it? Bestowed upon you the honorable title of PhD, a doctor.
Yeah.
Basically. And so, he already a doctor. Even though ITC, y'all need to make it, put your stamp on it. There's no reason not to. From what I hear, I'm going with my people. But yeah, right?
Yes.
So you already a doctor. You're already a reverend. Okay? And so, do you want to tell us why you became a reverend real quick?
My first wife could not handle me.
Okay.
Physically, sexually, or otherwise.
Reverend Calvin, this is a family show. What are you talking about? We're supposed to be talking about Martin Luther King kind of stuff. This ain't Will Chamberlain. Oh my goodness. Cut. That's why you just shouldn't do live stuff. Reverend Calvin, you told me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's pull it back together. We going to commercial. Oh my goodness, Lord, I know how my children feel, and it's like, Mommy, I need some new ears. I need some new ears. Like,
No.
Just
See, people need to hear this because
the big payback. I know how my children feel now.
Because one every
Real talk.
100 people do not think that disabled people are sexually active. So
Wow. Yes, you're right.
I had to clear that up quickly.
I'm not going to ask. Okay. So you changed that perception. And so because of this disconnect, then you all had some challenges and you didn't stay together, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So moving on, and then what happened? You decided to become a minister, as we know you.
So, by her leaving the house, I became totally destroyed. And I did not have any sense of direction at all. I had lost
It's heartbreak.
all hope.
And you were only how old?
18 years old.
18, 19, something like that.
19.
19, yeah. So yeah, I can imagine, especially at that age. I mean, any of us can imagine. So you were distraught, you had no hope, and then what?
So, my only thing about life was basically to end it.
Yeah. And so you didn't thank God. I know you said that you had tried to roll yourself out in front of a semi truck.
Yep. And the truck curved around. And I said, done. Now I know this is it. I can't even kill myself. So then I heard a voice and said to me, the reason that you can't is because I have something else for you to do. And that's how I became the Rev.
Wow. And I know you said before that you also became a reverend because you could feel that it was hard for people to really see you, you know, as a person and to respect you, you know, as the visionary and doctor that you are, you know, as a prophet and, you know, just as a special person that you were sent to be. You know, that's your phone.
Yep, that's right, I got it.
Okay. Where were we? So you became a reverend because you wanted to, for people to see you differently, you know, and for you to get the, you know, the respect for the message that you have to share.
Exactly.
After you also realize that you have a purpose and there's a reason why you can't even kill yourself right. After rolling out in front of a semi truck, my goodness.
Yep.
Was that an electric chair or?
Yep, that was the same chair that James Brown gave me.
Really? The same chair he gave you. And so you just rolled it out there and stopped. Or you rolled it out there and you're like, oh, I changed my mind. You rolled back out because thank God you got an electric chair. Well, that's the only way it can happen because if somebody assisted you and rolled you out there, then somebody could press charges for them assisting you with such an idea.
Yep.
That damn James Brown. No, I'm just kidding. You wouldn't have been able to roll your own self out there to try to kill, but thank you, God, you know, that what you changed your mind?
The truck curved around me. Oh my God. And that was the point that I said, I can't kill myself. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I tried talking
You
to
couldn't eat, you couldn't sleep.
She didn't answer the phone.
You tried to talking to her,
I called her dad. Her dad hung up on
me. Is that her? I'm just asking. Is that? Is it? What's the lady name? I'm sorry, sir. What's the lady? What is her name? We can find folks these days. What is her name? Spit it out, sir.
Her name,
is this wrong? Is it illegal? Somebody tell me really quick.
Her name is Dolores, and
you said the whole name. We're gonna bleep you out. Dolores and don't say the last name. Is it wrong if we do?
Okay.
Where's she from now?
She's from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, really? Dolores Ann. What street she live on? No, I'm just kidding.
And she
Don't say her last name.
gave me a sign.
A sign or a son?
A sign.
S-O-N?
That's all it is. But she had a miscarriage.
Oh my goodness. And it was a little boy?
Yep.
So she was far enough along to know that?
Yep.
Oh my God. Wow. And you are the village king here with all of these 18 grandchildren. Wow, Reverend Calvin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
So, do you know if she's still living?
I don't know. I saw her around 15 years ago.
About 15 years ago you saw her?
Yeah.
Where?
She was at this event that my girlfriend and I had gone to.
The ex-girlfriend of yours and you had gone to?
Yeah.
You move on. Okay, so so did y'all talk? I mean, did she see you? What?
Yeah.
Would you? I know you were clean though. You always be sharp, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yep. Clean as the board of James Brown sewing machines. Okay, so really, did you know she was gonna be there?
No.
Wow. I know you. How'd she look?
She basically looked the same. No, she was part African American and part
Aren't we all?
and part Spanish.
Really? Wow, that's what they call exotic, I guess. Wow, okay. So she had a different look about her.
Yes.
Wow, she still had that kind of look to her, huh? Wow. Be still my heart, your heart, huh?
Mm.
All right. Well, don't say the last one, but Dolores Ann. Peace and love.
Yep.
Greetings. What else?
But now, you know, Sister Kim, I have to thank James Brown for that hookup.
Really? Thank James Brown for that hookup.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that happen?
Because as soon as he gave me that chair, I was the most.
That was like your new car.
I was the most popular student in the school.
Really? What school? That Booker T. Washington High School?
Yeah.
What class were you, Reverend Calvin?
I was 1967.
1967, Booker T. Washington High School.
Mm.
And you know how when people take station breaks, they say we're going to pay some bills, but we're going to pay some respect right now. So just to get the history straight about another chapter of who you are, you are responsible for there being handicap accessible housing in the United States of America, correct?
Yeah.
He always correct me a little bit.
Now, you know, that in itself is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because this happened in 1988.
With the housing?
There was a desegregate housing hearing.
Desegregated housing hearing.
No. Jesse Gray
Jesse Gray?
housing hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. That time I was way off there counting my bad. I'm like, who? Okay, Jesse Jack. What would you say? Jesse Jack. It was a what? Geronimo Pratt did what?
It was
The Justice League. I'm so sorry, but he the one that want to do comedy. So hey, don't start nothing. Won't be nothing.
it was a Jesse Gray G-R
Gee, are you keep saying great so I won't forget?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was something I was supposed to act like wasn't happening. But you kept repeating like, okay, I'm going to make sure you don't forget.
I need you to get this Gray.
You need me to get, so you go great. You're wrong for that, because most people will be thinking that something is wrong or something is, and I shouldn't say anything, but you doing that on purpose. You cracking on me. Great. You get it? So, Jesse
Gray.
Pumpernickel. No, okay. Jesse Gray did what? I forgot now. What was the point?
Housing hearing.
Okay, the housing hearing, yes.
Now, this housing hearing, it consists of people from all over the United States who were in public housing at the time to come to D.C., to the White House to talk about public housing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was so interesting. It was actually a spiritual, divine situation, because all of those 300 people, nobody there was disabled.
Really?
Out of those people that spoke, nobody talked about inaccessible public housing.
But you. Yeah, that truck had to swerve. So, like I said, you are responsible, along with the efforts of a lot of people, of course, it's a movement, but you were a strong force and a focused force on getting handicap accessible housing. Through the, did you hit me in the head? Through the USD, through the HUD, Housing and Urban Development.
Yep.
Right, and that's why there's a certain percentage of housing that has to be dedicated to the handicap accessible, because of, and that's why I honor the names, King Brother Reverend Dr. Calvin Elliott Peterson.
But Sister Kim, all of that came about from the God that's in you.
From the goddess, all of it came from the goddess in you. And so, is that why you said that having your, and I'm just going to call it disability for the sake of, it's considered a hindrance. Is that why you said that you feel that having this disability was really a gift or a blessing?
Yeah.
Because it slowed you down.
But it didn't stop.
Slowed you down, but didn't stop you. And I was saying earlier that, if in your energy that, hey, you're a force, you would have been, now I'm not saying anything about what should or could have been, but it's like, to have the focus and intention to do what thus said the Lord, because you couldn't even kill yourself right. You know, and for you to now count it all joy, basically.
Exactly.
And another, is we pay some respect on and put some respect on his name. You know how people just started exaggerating, but I don't think so, because aren't you responsible for the sidewalks being wheelchair accessible?
Especially in low-income areas.
Oh, right. Reverend Calvin, so you trying to have this comedy show hit me in the head.
Your hair is in the way.
Also, I'm trying to be like, okay, all right. All right. So you leaning on to the side now, okay? Digging the scene with the Reverend Calvin lean. Okay, if you want to. You started this.
If you want.
Okay, but you have made the distinction oftentimes that there's a big distinction between being disabled and being a person of means, and being disabled and being a person with a challenge with means, or being impoverished, and which tends to happen more so with us people of color. So they have two challenges, the disability as well as the poverty. And that's why you say you were instrumental in getting handicapped accessible sidewalks in the areas where there are people of color, because it was already mandated for them to be, but they weren't making sure that they were in our neighborhoods. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. But you know, the Queen system, that is so deep, because I got to tell you this story. I don't think I ever told you this one before.
Okay.
But in my senior year of college, in LIU, in Brooklyn, New York.
At LIU in Brooklyn, New York, your senior year of college.
Yes.
And what school is that, LIU? Read the book, Nothing is Impossible, by Reverend Calvin Peterson.
Long Island University.
Long Island University, I knew that. Long Island University, but still get the book and go to disabledinaction.atlanta.org, and you will be able to see a lot of the history there about Reverend Calvin Elliott Peterson. disabledinaction.atlanta.org, and donate. Don't to the Nate, donate, do that. Okay, and you will also see the book there, Nothing is Impossible.
Yes.
And you have wanted to make that book available to all of the special needs children in the public school system.
Yes.
And tell us why.
Because the average child born in poverty, that's disabled, they are born in a cycle of no hope.
They are born into a cycle of no hope.
They are born in a hopeless cycle.
And this hopelessness started before they were born with the disability.
Exactly.
Because of socioeconomics.
That's right. And
just us being,
And the cycle starts from birth. And they find themselves in traps until death. But you know, let me complete the song.
Let you what?
Let me complete this thought.
Complete this thought, right?
Can't you hear?
Yeah. You got jokes. Can't you hear? Did you really? Oh, can I be slightly hearing impaired? Which I am. In this ear, thank you. I have put me on the list for that. You shouldn't say. You should know not to say. Talking about, can't you? I really can a little bit in that ear, but that was not the reason. I was doing something else actually. But you need to watch yourself.
All right. My bad.
Yeah. Okay.
But in my senior year of college, I met this sister.
Senior year of college at LIU in Brooklyn, you met this sister.
Yeah. And have you ever met a guy that said to you, "Don't look at me like that"?
Yeah. And a lot of people say that. Sometimes I don't even know how I'm looking though. But yeah. Okay. Yep.
So
don't look at me like that.
So
looking like you not telling the truth.
Yeah. No, it's not that kind of look.
Oh no. Not that kind of why you looking at me like that? Okay.
So it was that kind of look that I had to ask her, why are you
why are you what?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Okay.
I mean, she was looking at me like
Reverend Calvin. Woo.
She can eat me up.
Whoa, Reverend Calvin. I just said I know how my children feel. I guess I'm getting the payback. Reverend okay, now I'm wrong because I'm supposed to acknowledge that everybody has feelings, and this shouldn't be ageism to be that, just because you're an elder, you don't have a kind of feeling. Then you don't laid on the extra political correctness by saying that people think that the differently able are not sexually active. So how dare us not acknowledge that? But I just, it's too much for me.
Exactly.
You like my elder. Okay, let me get it together.
Take it easy.
Okay, I'm pulling it together.
Yeah.
Accept it.
So anyway, she finally talked me into allowing her to come to my apartment to spend the night.
Okay, you remember we on Facebook Live? I'm just checking. You see what you. I'm just good with me.
I got this. Well, anyway,
he said he got this.
The day before that happened, Sister Shirley Chisholm came to LIU to speak.
Sister Shirley Chisholm, okay.
And I was so enthused over her speech. I stopped her before she left, and I asked her, could I come to her office to talk to her? And it's interesting because she already knew who I was.
She did. Shirley Chisholm knew where you were. Who you are. Who you were.
Yeah. So she says, Calvin, you can come to my office in the morning, but you gotta be there at exactly 10 o'clock. Well, her office, it was down the street from my apartment in New York.
This is Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not like the boomerang scene. Okay. Nothing.
So the girl that I was, that was attracted to me.
Mm-hmm. And remind us again of who this was, because at least I lost track. I'm sorry, I lost track of which girlfriend we were talking about. I'm so sorry.
This is the girl that was looking at me like she could eat me up.
She was looking at you like she could look at you looking like that. Now, wait a minute. Where were y'all again? Oh, I'm glad you put your arm down and hit me in the head.
On campus.
Okay. So Shirley Chisholm asked you to come over to her office.
Yeah.
And you got over there.
No.
Okay.
Stop at that point.
Okay. What happened?
The
No water in here?
the
Nothing.
sister came to my apartment around my 10 o'clock at night.
She came, the sister that was eyeing you up, came to your apartment when?
Around my 10 o'clock at night.
At 10 o'clock. Reverend, I thought we were talking about Martin Luther King type stuff. I've been saying you the Malcolm X of the South, the Malcolm X of the disabled, and all of that. What are we talking about right now?
Hold on, sis.
I'm so sorry.
I am headed into a very critical area
Okay.
of this conversation.
Right, okay.
I had just bought a king size.
Water bed? No! Okay, what? Okay, I should have clarified what he meant by critical. I'm thinking that we're getting to the higher calling. In the name of Jesus kind of thing. And you talking about a king size floor bed.
And we are.
Reverend Calvin.
So,
what does this have to do
hold
with we are the world, we are the people, yes we can, nothing is impossible?
I am getting to that.
Why do you have the African king titles? Maybe it does make sense. Okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm being disrespectful. I'm sorry.
No, you just being queen, sister, give me
Just gotta be me.
And thank God I understand you.
Thank God you understand. Okay, as long as you understand me, everything's gonna be all right.
Well, anyway.
I guess that's all that matters. Find you somebody that really understands you.
When the sister's name was Beverly.
Desiree. Beverly. Okay, Beverly. Okay, the sister's name was Beverly.
So,
okay, all right.
She got in the bed on my 10th day.
On your what?
On my 10th day, she got in the bed.
I don't know what you said, but that's okay.
On my 10th day.
About 10:30.
She got in the bed.
Reverend Calvin, really, this is Facebook Live. As my daughter would say.
And
I'm so sorry. To put the children to bed. What time is it?
And I moved all the way to the other side of the bed because this was a king size bed. And the reason that I moved to the other side is because I knew I had to get up at 8 o'clock the next morning to go and talk to Sister Shirley Chisholm.
Chisholm. Oh, that's when you were supposed to go talk to Shirley Chisholm, so you couldn't be late for that.
No.
Even though, now listen, it's saying low battery on your iPad. Is there anyone of the tribe of your wonderful godchildren that could bring it without? Oh Lord, everybody come bum rushing. It's gonna get now noisy.
No.
Nobody came.
They all gone.
When does that happen? You mean sometimes you be in the house all by yourself?
No.
Oh, okay. Cindy's here.
So,
Okay, so you know that your people on your Facebook are going to, you got 10% battery left. I'm still on mine, but yours camera is way better than mine. And, you know.
can you get on my phone?
He wrote the book, Nothing is Impossible. Okay. I was going to say, hold this. This is so. Maybe you can. Where's your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, duh. Like, hold this. Okay, hold on a second. I can't do. Okay. You're like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Nothing is impossible. Okay, how you?
Hit the screen.
Duh. Okay, go to, as old folks say, go to the Facebook. Hit live. Now I wonder, do I need to get off? I guess not. Huh. Okay, you're the king of where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, okay. So I got on the other side of the bed, right? Because I was determined not to distract no energy so that I could get up that morning at 8 o'clock so I could drive down to see coming from
Shirley Chisholm. So even though this woman came and climbed in the bed with you, it's 10:30 at night, you got an appointment the next morning with the Honorable Shirley Chisholm.
Yeah.
You were determined. She already had been looking at you with the eyes of a fox.
Yes.
That she was going to Google you up. And here she coming getting in the bed with you.
Yeah.
And it's the night before your meeting with the Honorable Shirley Chisholm. You like, now you got some real. Yeah, that's why you talking about all this stuff, because ain't nobody here.
Exactly.
You said you've been wanting to tell us for 39 years. You said you gonna tell it on the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh? And the iPad.
Cord.
Say,
Charger. Hey, how you
I'm
doing?
in a hurry.
Good.
You should hand you the iPad charger.
Yeah.
And hold one of these phones. No, just kidding. Ooh, I'm glad I've been exercising. Hold these up.
The phone has a stand.
I know the phone has a stand, but you know but the more practical thing is that your phone is one that I could probably stand up. Let's see. Now, okay. Well, it looks like, see, dang it. What'd I do, Reverend County? I know you know. I just covered up the dang on camera and I turned it around. Okay, so listen, go on and say what you're going to say before he come back, because you can't be saying all this kind of stuff.
So anyway, after I got up in the morning, she asked me, looking at me like I was crazy.
Because nothing happened, right?
No.
She couldn't believe it. And she proceeded to go. I'm so sorry. I see why you needed to tell this story. And so you were focused. You were visionary.
Yeah.
Even though you had the king size water bed, even though she done jumped in your bed,
That's why you did.
you stayed focused on the cause.
Yeah.
And got with her later, huh? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you
I mean, and she. Oh! Oh! He said, you know I did.
You know I did.
Get up. Get on up. Get up. Like a machine. Get on up. Oh, Lord. So, you know what? I mean, it makes practical sense that if she gonna come all the way and get in the bed. No, we're good. So, if she gonna come all the way and do that, Jeremiah, then she'll take a rain check. She ain't gonna be disturbed. How you doing, sugar?
I'm
Good.
Yep.
You was at practice? We set this up all by ourselves. He's looking for the charger to the iPad.
Well, that's a nice little box. What's that?
He needs somebody to get it. That's a air purifier machine, medical grade air purifier machine. Yeah, so it kills all the pathogens in the air, viruses, mold, bacteria, even SARS-CoV-2 and all that with a clean surface. I'm doing the daggone commercial. Might as well.
Right, that's what's up though.
Yeah. Ask me about it. I guess if you want to. It's for real, for real, for real. That's why we sitting up in here, you know, hey, we good. It's gonna kill all the Germans and the no. It's gonna kill, you know, even mold and all that. Like that, as you say. You know how you be around a person, you end up saying stuff they say. Like, why? Like that. That's your saying.
Where the tablet charger at?
Yes, Jeremiah.
Huh?
Where the tablet charger?
Okay, so
It's on the bed. But anyway.
Okay, so it's okay if you can come around here, cause see I'm holding this. Oh man, I'm coming. Okay, if you come around here and you can slide it in to the charger thing.
It won't be up top. Okay, I see.
Oh, that's great. I'm thinking that it was. Oh, need an extension cord. Okay, so it's gonna work out because we got Jeremiah on the scene and everything. Okay, so Reverend Calvin, let's get to the we shall overcome.
So anyway.
So we can give this show some dignity that it's supposed to have.
To get the point that I was trying to get to
Thank you, sweetie. Young man, thank you so much.
is that I got to sit to office.
Sister Shirley Chisholm's office.
She said, Calvin,
Oh my God! You got a whole new look. Can I get a hug? On the comeback train. This is tell me your name.
I'm Milani.
She's Milani, and she is 3, and her birthday is May 19th. You met her 3 years ago. Hey, sugar fool, come and say your name. Say your name. Ain't y'all bad? So come on. Say hi and say your name.
Hi, my name is Amani.
Amani. And you are how old?
8.
8 years old. And you want to do what when you grow up? Or you can have a purpose right now. What do you feel that you were sent here to do?
Go to college.
Okay, because you want to do what?
Have a job.
Okay, you want to do what? Because what are you good at? Or what do you have passion about?
I'm good at math
Okay. Yes.
and science.
Okay. That's powerful. Okay, well, you do your best and continue to do your best and know that all things are possible and you're put here to do special things. Okay. Tell them good night.
Good night.
All right. See you later, sweetie. Thank you. She was our camera woman on Sunday
Yep.
for the show. You know, Reverend Calvin does a show the third Sunday of the month
Mama, you got it?
at 6 p.m. on WIGO 1570 AM.
And on Facebook Live and on Zoom. And let me get back to the story.
Okay. Yep.
So, as I go into coming home,
Shirley
Shirley
Chisholm.
Chisholm's office,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't use that.
Yeah, man, I can't do it like that. Here.
Tell me if you could give me 10 more people like yourself, I will sponsor you.
If you can get her 10 more people like you, she would sponsor you. She would give you her full support.
No, please, this was the first time that I ever had the opportunity to talk to her. I spoke to her over at the school, but other than that,
That was the first time you got to meet her in person.
she did not know me from house cat.
Come on, Nana.
Mm-hmm. Wow, but she knew who you were.
And she said to me, for a black disabled man, they live their lives in a double jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. Live their lives in a double jeopardy.
Number one, they are African descendant.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they are disabled.
Mm. And then you had spoken before too, always about, you know, the issue of poverty that makes altogether it feel like, you know, you're born into a situation that's hopeless.
That's right.
Okay. And then here come you, who had surgery at 13. Now you were born disabled, or something happened right after you were born. You're not sure which, right? And you became disabled with cerebral palsy, correct?
Mm.
But then when you were 13, they did a surgery and they thought they were going to make something better by doing the surgery.
And I look at that,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the surgery, it was a deliberate attempt to end my life.
You feel that the surgery was a deliberate attempt to end your life?
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah.
And how? Or why?
Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because the doctors told my grandmother that if I had the surgery, I would have a 50-50 chance of getting up out of the chair like a normal child.
Okay, if you had surgery, you had a 50-50 chance of getting up out the chair. Now you had the surgery on your brain, on your head.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you feel like it was a deliberate attempt to take your life by the part of the doctors, or what?
Doctors are a part of a system that is designed to
Wow, and we're talking 1961 if you were 13. 1961 for a young black prince. They would consider a boy who's disabled, and they get you under the knife.
say this because
Even giving them the benefit of the doubt, but just, I feel you.
this is the icing on the chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake. Okay.
After the surgery, it was a you doctor that did the surgery.
Wow.
I lost my eyesight.
You lost your eyesight? After the surgery, you lost your eyesight. And what happened with your speech after the surgery?
The speech was totally vanished.
So, before the surgery, did you have a speech problem at all?
No, I was talking just like normal.
Just like normal people, you saying?
I was talking like I was talking like these kids around here talk.
Okay, you were talking like the kids, or you were talking normally, really. So the only disability, even though it was, severe, was in your body with the cerebral palsy.
Exactly.
But they were saying you can have a surgery, you have a 50% chance of walking again, but they operated on your brain, and you came out with no eyesight, and your speech was severely impaired.
So,
Oh my God. And you hear, and when did your sight come back?
at least in 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days. Did they have, well, you probably don't remember, but do you remember that, did somebody telling you that what explanation they had about your eyesight being gone and then coming back?
Yeah, listen, after surgery, the doctor said, came around with anesthesia. Calvin, your surgery
Oh yeah, you were 13. I'm forgetting. Okay, you were 13. Yeah.
is a total success.
Now you blind.
Because other people who have had this surgery, they come up totally paralyzed.
Totally. Well, but they sit up and told you that you should have the surgery because you got a 50% chance of walking. So now he coming along. It's a different doctor.
No,
Same one.
same way.
And said that you are lucky because most people come out totally paralyzed. What was his name? We may not be saying Miss Dorothy's name, the whole name. Except, is it Dorothy Ann? Dolores? Dolores Ann from Atlanta. We're going to find it. Anyway. But we want to know, what's this doctor's name? Even though he may not still be around, there needs to be at least some spiritual atonement and acknowledgement of what happened.
Well, now, you better keep in mind, he was not operating independently. He was operating from a system that is designed to destroy people like myself, children like myself,
Children that are disabled.
especially of African descent.
And you say why?
No, I don't say why.
So there's
I think it's obvious why.
yeah, I can see that. I just wanted to hear how you put it. But yet you survived and your eyesight came back. And you obviously weren't completely paralyzed and you survived and you're here. And even when you tried to take your own self out later, that didn't work. Yeah. So, I know there's so much more, so many layers and chapters to the story, and we can bring this one to a close if you like, unless it's something in particular you want to say tonight.
I who to community know I want the whole wide world to know that you are very special to me. And there's nothing that you can say or do that.
And if I could sing, I would sing that song, You Are So Beautiful to Me. Can't you see I can sing? You are, what's that song? Yeah. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Oh, Miss Cindy's sitting over there. All right. Miss Cindy, he's declared to the word, and we know it's true. You are the best caregiver in the world.
Oh, that's what he said.
Oh, absolutely. But beyond that, you just simply that. But you simply the best. Better than all the rest. Yeah, if I could sing, man. Wow. So we noticed that Reverend Calvin noticed a few years ago that we tend to match. I think he mentioned that earlier. And the colors. I mean, he notices it, and it just happens to happen like that. Sometimes be a little off. He's like, no, it's matching up. But I mean, just it's sometimes it's like, Sometimes so every now and then I'm like, I wonder what Reverend Calvin would, but that would mess it up if I ever asked you what you gonna wear. So I would never do that. So we can't jinx ourselves.
And you know what? That's interesting because I have the thing though.
What you say you want to contact me and ask me just to check. Like I'm too clean to be with somebody that ain't matching with me, so I need to check and give you a little memo. Give you a band. We can break it all the way down and we was matching for real, but you ain't gonna jinx it. So we'll see if if it continues. We in the same shade or whatever.
Yeah. So now, Sister Kimmy, did you want to do this comedy every third Sunday after the voice and the voice?
See, the thing about Reverend Calvin is he has a gift. Some call it an annoying habit. But he has a gift of pulling you in to his mission. And then saying, of course, if you want to be a halfway decent person and fulfill at least a fraction of the potential that you were put here to do, then you would do what I'm asking you to do, because you weren't going to be really doing nothing anyway. What you really going to be doing is still talking about what you was going to be doing if you had a chance. So you might as well come on down here and do what I already done, envisioned and planned and prophesied, and the Lord told me you're supposed to be doing anyway.
Yeah.
Lord, today.
You got it.
Wow.
So, your answer is
continue. My answer would be
October 3rd Sunday at
no. My answer would be then. This runs in our blood, okay, in our psyche. If the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, how about that?
alright. I heard that.
Okay, if the Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, as my mother would say.
And if the creek rise, I'll stop it.
So what about the Lord being willing?
Yep. He on first name basis.
Y'all on a first name basis. Okay. All right. So the third Sunday of every month, again, is the Voice of the Show on 1570 WIGO AM radio. Also on Facebook of Reverend Calvin Peterson, and also on Zoom. You can get the link. Go to the website, disabledinactionatlanta.org. disabledinactionatlanta.org. There you will find more about the life of Reverend Calvin Peterson. You will find a book. You can purchase a book. Nothing is impossible. And you be giving out your phone number and everything, but everything is on the website. Please go and, just show some support, because this man be pushing on. Like he say, if the creek rise, he gonna stop it. So, and that's not that ain't no arrogance or, okay, I'm almost done. I feel so bad in the moment. I have to decline the call because I get to shut everything off. But this was unplanned. This was really, it was sort of planned, but it wasn't planned like this, because like I said, I was thinking, we need to be at the office and everything, but it ended up being here. I really needed to be in your home and to slow down for a moment and see this. Well, just hear the message, right?
Don't forget to give your contact information.
Oh, okay, because you said so. Not if you want to, because you said so. So Kim Purejoy on Instagram at Kim Purejoy, but that is the word Purejoy Health Express is the website, purejoyhealthexpress.com. Now, I haven't started promoting it yet, actually, because a lot of the products are not up there, but just know that's where you'll find me. As far as my website is concerned, and my phone number is 404-965-5825, 404-965-5825, and you can text that number also. If you get,
No, go ahead.
No, you go here.
Now, between the camera and Cindy, my caregiver,
Who's right over there. Yes.
the
You feel her like just being around.
doctors and the nurses. They cannot stand.
Wait. The doctors and the nurses.
Yeah. They actually hate my guts.
Whoa, Reverend Calvin. My mother always say, don't say hate. Now, you talking about back in the past?
No, I'm so much.
Right now?
For the last
Huh?
for the last 11 years.
For the last past 10 to 11 years, okay.
You see, I only go to my place once a year.
You only go to the hospital once a year, Reverend Calvin? Wow, so why do you say they hate your guts?
And then
She's saying just certain doctors. You got good insurance. Huh? Oh, he doesn't go. He only goes to. He's well taken care of. Trust me. I think that's the point. Miss Cindy, Queen Mother Cindy, takes excellent care of him. He has all of the best care. But he's been. I know you've been always very consistent with owning your health and taking care of yourself.
But for me, that the doctors and the nurses take me.
Some of them, not all. Yeah.
If they call, if they ask me, Calvin, are you taking any? Are you taking any
Medication.
Yes.
Okay.
And the hatred come in when I said no.
Really, and that's a strong word, hatred. But you feel like they really are upset that you are not taking the medication. And I guess it's medication they obviously suggest that you take that is necessary. So how do you ensure with yourself that you are okay if you're not taking the medicine?
Because I get exam every year. I go to the hospital. And then I have doctors to come to their home.
Okay.
And they give me a checkup and say that I'm healthy as I'm healthy as the average 35-year-old man.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the average 73-year-old man. You said the average 35-year-old man. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a testimony, and that's a proof. That gives extreme credibility to having a strong mind and doing what you need to do to take care of yourself.
And I truly think you, along with
Sister Cindy, yes, you will want to know Sister Cindy, just her heart. I mean, in how many years? You done said about 19 times. Miss Cindy, he said in, 14 years? 10 years? 11 years. 11. He's like, great. Remember, I done told you. Okay.
This is our 11th year.
In 11 years, they have never had an argument, he said. No, never. And I gave you a lot of credit for that. Even though Reverend Calvin's pretty cool, but he's a fire sign. He got the fire.
So it's a way you have to talk.
Huh?
It's a way you have to talk.
She said, listen, sisters, she said it's a way you have to talk to him.
Like his auntie or his grandmother
Okay. Like his auntie or his grandmother.
Yeah.
Wow, we need to study up under you. Wow.
That's the thing that I tell her that she needs to open a school to teach people how to live on this earth cool and calm.
You need to have a school to teach people how to live on this earth cool and calm. Wow, when we starting? We starting right now. My goodness, how to live on this earth cool and calm. And you've been married how long, Miss Cindy?
43 years.
And she's been married 43 years with how many children? 10 children. And I know that Johan, because you got a grandbaby named after your son who passed away. Johan.
Named after my son.
Johan is named after her son, and she has a beautiful cabinet here honoring him. And you have 18 grandchildren, and never had an argument with Brother Kojo.
No.
Wow. Yeah. So, like my godmother used to say, it's an airy angel. That's her gift. So You know, your gift starts with your heart.
Yeah.
And it's not out, you know, doesn't have to be something that somebody certifies you to do, except to be, you know, because you know how the saying goes, people don't care how much you know, but how much you care. And just that is your gift. That is your talent. Sometimes I feel like, well, I was going to be a lawyer. I didn't do that, you know, but at the end, and, you know, there's some dynamic, thank God, you know, lawyers and doctors and people that, you know, were born to do what they do, you know, and be okay with whatever it is that you do, because that, you know, how the song says, let your light shine, you know, let your light shine. And, not like my friend Sylvia say, stay in your lane, but be focused on, you know, that you have something special that only you can do, no matter what the condition is, no matter what the situation is, no matter what seems to be stacked upon you, there's something that you can do. And, you know, like the saying I've been resonating with for the last couple of years, you know, the sun doesn't shine for itself. So whatever it is that you do, somebody else needs that. You know, even if it's like your patience, somebody needs that. You know, you might get the best hugs in the world. That's a gift. That's a superstar gift to have, because that makes people just feel a whole different way about. And I just really, somebody checked me on my hugs. I'm like, whoa, what? I had no idea, you know, because sometimes I'm overthinking the hug. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to be them to think I'm squeezing up against them, or I don't want to, you know, you got to push your hips back out so they won't feel like I don't want them to get the wrong idea, you know, all of this, or they don't want to get the makeup on, you know what I'm saying? So I be overthinking, you know, as usual, and it translates as a weak ass hug, you know, and I'm like, that's worse than as bad as a weak handshake. So I'm like, oh no, I got to fix that. But some people just born gifted with their hugs. You know, one of them real mama hugs.
Thank you.
Me?
Yeah.
He give me credit, but I've been working on my hugs. I'm glad somebody let me know. I'm like, oh, well, sugar, if it's like that, well, let's hug it up. You know, I'm okay if you okay. I'm just trying to make sure, you know, you ain't thinking this, and I think I'm thinking, you know, whatever. So whatever it is that you do, and I'm so thankful, you know, sometimes it may seem like it's not the time for it, or it didn't fully come at a certain time, but whatever it is, whenever it is, it is. It's not about the time, it's not about the age, it's not about making the mark or missing the mark or whatever. They're all kind of nondescript gifts that people have, that if we just be more in that, which one of them is just being present. That's something I had to become present to, about being present. Like, you know, like the song goes, your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Regardless of any romantic type of relationship, but just being with people, period. That's what Reverend Calvin trying to say about me, that, you know, not with just people. You know, it's like the shoe fits weird. It's like a lot of times, you know, we so busy. I remember my godmother years ago when she passed in 2005, but before then, she was, you know, in rehab. And she's somebody that always said that, you know what, if I die before 100, you're going to be looking at one disappointed old soul in that casket. And she was about 81 or 82. So, you know, during this time leading up to her, you know, as she's getting sick, she's not wanting to really be in this who would want to, but I'm just saying, you know, this came up unexpectedly. So anyway, as time went on, and shortly before she passed, I'm going to the rehab place, which is really like a nursing home, you know, and at the time she was, I think she was under hospice, which she didn't accept that, you know, that they diagnosed her with cancer, and she's like, how dare they tell me who's going to walk down the aisle after who? I might outlive them. So she wasn't accepting any of that. But anyway, her condition, you know, continued to progress and everything. And I remember one time I went up to the the rehab. It was / rehab nursing home, and I was pregnant. I had with my youngest, and I had the 3. You know, they were still toddlers and young people, and I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing something. Like you know, I realize that that's how I perceive my value, was that when I show up, I gotta have something to offer, to do, you know, some service, a gift, or whatever, you know, and not realizing that just you know, like just be, just you. So I was in the mode of, you know, fluttering around trying to do stuff in a room and everything. And I remember she patted the bed, you know how old folks do, she patted the bed and said, just sit down and talk to me, you know. And I did for a hot second. Oh, Miss Eleanor, you know, what you need me to do this and that. Don't you want to do this and that? And so I realized after she passed away that, wow, you know, just sometimes, you know, and I know the other part with me is thinking that I got to fix things, you know, so I got to fix the situation.
You gotta fix it.
I gotta do something. I mean, this is what we sent you to schooling for. Fix it, you know. So I'm feeling like, okay, is there something I missed? What else I'm supposed to be doing? If I don't do this, then this won't work out, and all this and that. And let's know the fact that she's not my blood family. So if something happens, it's like, you know, the family's gonna be thinking you did this. So I'm always, you know, trying to, because she had no other living children. She had one son who had passed away after we met, you know. And so, you know, she was, you know, anyway, I'm the one. And so I'm trying to do everything. And I just didn't sit and just talk, because it wasn't no fixing. You know, it's like, you know, at some point we all going to transition, you know, but it's about the relationships, you know. And that's why I say just, you know, the old folks say, just sit down and talk to me, you know, whatever. But we texting, and Reverend Calvin would text his butt off. So he's like, I'm good with that, because what'd you say earlier? You said when you used to talk on the phone, trying to talk to people, and you struggling because, you know, you had the surgery when you were 13, but you were, you know, expressing yourself. And they have the nerve to say, I guess I do it. What you, no, they say, can you repeat that?
Yeah.
The nerve.
But you know,
The selfish, unmitigated gall.
but you know, we just on the cell phone now, you can
Reach me on the cell phone.
you can tell your cell phone what you need to say, and they will say it for you. But every cell phone that I ever had, they would say to me, say it again, say it again.
Alexis.
Oh Lord, they are so wrong for that. They should have made accommodations for that. So you're telling me that when the voice text thing or whatever came out, and you trying to utilize this by talking into it,
Yeah.
they would tell you repeatedly,
Say it
say
again.
that again. Alexis will keep saying, say that again.
Say it again.
So you just like bumping. So you said about the business of texting, where you can use one hand, right?
Yeah.
And one finger on one hand.
Yeah.
And he texts. And you said that changed your life. So, okay, so you one of the few elders that prefers texting. Most elders be like, call me, you know, but you know, texting is a beautiful thing. All right, Reverend Calvin.
It has been a stone gas.
Yes, it has a plum pleasing pleasure, as I think Les Brown used to say, a stone cold gas, as Don Cornelius used to say, and we got to have one more. You got a James Brown-ism? I'm back. No. We need a James Brown song real quick, like, somebody give us one.
Get up on this thing.
You took it and dance to you feel better. That's my mantra. Get up off of that thing and dance, move, do something till you feel better. Because you got to shake it off, get it off, and move it out of your body.
Yeah.
Mind, body, and soul. So, get up off that thing. Okay. And do what thus said the Lord.
Now, I always told Cindy, It's when I turn 80 years old, I want to do a tribute to James Brown.
Why when you turn 80?
Because I want to share to everybody, no matter how old you are, you can still cling to nothing is
Impossible. So when you're 80, that's an affirmation. When you're 80, you want to do a tribute to James Brown to show that all things are possible. Nothing is impossible, as your book says. One last question, Reverend Calvin. Since you were such a what's the word? A supporter of James Brown, you know, a recipient of his goodness, you know, by him giving you your first electric wheelchair. Now, for years, I had no idea why Al Sharpton wore a process. But it turns out it was because of James Brown. And I know you used to have, before I knew you, I think you had dreadlocks. You know, and you normally are just regally attired in your African attire. But I just want to know, did you ever have a process?
yes, I did.
You did? Oh, wow, really? Was it because of James Brown?
No,
No. Well, why?
it was because I thought I was cute.
You thought you was cute. And you thought you would be cuter with a process. Wow. Okay. And so, did you trade that in for an afro
Yeah,
as the times changed?
yeah.
Okay, so to your original point, you people too. You real people too. You real people too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the thing for art was to do is because everyone sees their own expression of African descent that they can be real people too. We don't have to listen to other people.
Right. So you want to encourage other people and other people that are disabled to know that even though they're different, they can. There's nothing is impossible. And you say the disabled kids. So can I just stretch that out a little bit to say anything anybody is faced with that they may consider a hindrance? You know, they weren't born with this. They weren't this enough. They weren't that enough.
Exactly.
Whatever it may be that may seem like it's something that's held them back, that regardless of anything, I remember you said in the past when you would do your sermons and be rolling up and down the aisles, letting people know that if you can do it and you can't even give yourself a drink of water, or one time we did an interview, your hat slide and you try to let me know, girl, can you fix my hat? And I'm just sitting up there like, and when you were a teenager, I'm not even paying attention. You're like, okay, even something like that, you have to get some assistance. And so you're like, what is your excuse? You know, of course, it's far beyond issues of physical ability with everything, but you got a lot of experiences and experience of where, you know, you've been heartbroken, you've tried to kill yourself, everything. You've experienced, you know, all kinds of things that, you know, make people want to give up. In addition to this being differently able, in addition to that, and in addition to be born into what would be considered a materially impoverished situation, but you're saying regardless of anything, nothing is impossible, and don't give up. And I say, you know, when you get overwhelmed, you get tired, or you get discouraged, or you get afraid or concerned, thinking they ain't gonna make it, you know, just don't give up and just hold on. You never know how things will change. It's a whole other story what we were talking about earlier, which we didn't even get to talk about that, Reverend Cal. How things are come together. You just you know, like your text that you read, that you sent to me earlier, is saying basically God already has a master plan. You know, it's already worked out.
Yep.
It was written before you. You ain't here by yourself.
Yep.
You ain't. Sometimes you may not recognize your child. You may not pay attention. You may not know, who's on post for you, but you know who holds all the posts, and it's gonna figure. It's gonna come together by and by. By and by. Okay. All right. And on that by.
Somebody sent up a Facebook message.
Somebody sent a Facebook message.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, everybody on the Facebook, as Miss Charlene would say, we on here on the Facebook, and Reverend Calvin worked with me because I be show behind. Anyway, we up in here matching. So thank you for joining us, and peace and love, and
See y'all on the third Sunday of
he be focused. The third Sunday in October. Okay, follow Reverend Calvin Peterson, Disabled Action. Good night. Peace. Okay, I think this is good. I got 3 things going. Okay. We're gonna stop this one.